Today's video, where I'm at with this motor and why I came to a sudden stop. Okay, like I was saying, today's video is about where I'm at with this motor. This is going to be like a shade tree engine build. I have no use for this motor. I just pretty much have everything that I need to build it. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link to a playlist. It'll be down in the description box, I believe, and I'll try and leave a link up here. But the crank I actually ground and polished myself, if you want to call it that, in my 3-in-1 machine. I did a video on that. I think I got a couple other videos, but anyway, this is where I'm at. Basically what I did was I took all the oil gallery plugs out, hosed it down with oven cleaner, and then let it sit overnight, and then took it outside and power washed it. I didn't film power washing it, but basically I power washed it inside and out, power washed the oil galleries out, everything. And then brought it inside, dried it off, and sprayed it down with basically a mixture of home heating oil and Marble Mystery oil to keep it from rusting. Bearings I already had from leftover bearings from another build, so I tried to use them. I was able to use the main bearings. They sized out fine. In fact, they're probably a little on the tight side. They're on the low side of the clearance that you're allowed. A little tighter than I like, but they'll work. And then I went to move on to the bearings for the connecting rods. And I had a mix set, standard and 1/1000 under. And those were way too loose. So I ordered another set of connecting rod bearings. Those came, and I went to go to assemble it, and these were way too loose, even though they're undersized, 1/1000s. Like the set I had was a mixed set, standard and 1/1000s under. I was able to just use 1/1000s under and discard the standard ones and do 4 pistons or 4 connecting rods that way, and come out with the size within the specifications which I wanted. And I should have been able to do the same thing with these connecting rod bearings. Now, if they're marked correctly on the box, they are the right ones that I ordered, and on the bearings they'll have a mark whether they're standard or how much undersized they are. These are marked correctly. They are marked 1/1000s undersize. But when I put them in the connecting rods and torqued them down and checked my clearances, they were the same. I was getting the same clearance as I was with the standard set of bearings. So I then measured the thickness. Thickness, and compared them, and they're exact same thickness as a standard set of bearings. So even though these are marked 1/1000s under, they're not. They're standard size. So I went and ordered another set of bearings, and hopefully those will be here later this week, and then I can finish up on this. It's good in a way because I'm looking at the pistons and decided I'm going to do a little bit more cleaning on the pistons and prep work on them. So that's a good thing. So far everything is coming out really good on this. I'll go over the details in the next video, what I did and all that stuff. But basically once those rod bearings come in, I can finish putting this together. I should have everything to finish building this And then I'm going to sort of do like a homemade engine test stand and break this in on a little test stand here in the garage probably, or out in the driveway. The only other things I need to pick up are valve covers and a set of exhaust manifolds, which kind of sucks because I gave a set of exhaust manifolds, the original stock exhaust manifolds off this 90 Corvette. I gave away a couple of years ago to someone. But that's no big deal. I can pick just a set of cast iron ones up really cheap. But that's where I'm with this. Other little things I need to do is like put the rear main seal on, put the plugs back in on the oil galleries on the rear. Front's already done. Through the rear ones, I got to take this out off the engine stand. I'll do that, and I'll put a flex plate on it at the same time. So little things like that I have to do. So far, this is turning out, other than that problem with the bearings, everything is turning out better than I thought. Like, I didn't think I'd be able to polish and get the, and if you want to call it grinding, I didn't grind it. I just used really coarse 80 grit sandpaper to get the grooves out, and then fine polished it until I was satisfied. And they actually came out very good. I'm actually very happy. Everything's parallel. There's no taper in the bearings, and they're not out of round. So I'm real happy with that. I didn't think I'd get those results doing that, but I did. There are some things about this that have me a little worried, like this engine here. I basically just honed the hell out of it to get clean these cylinders up as best I can. This one cylinder still has a groove in it. You can barely touch it with your fingernail. If I put a piston ring in there and shine a light, you would think you'd see light through that groove, but I'm not getting any light, because that's one way you can check roundness of a cylinder. And I'm not getting any light anywhere around the piston ring coming through. So I'm real happy with that. So I was a little worried about that. Yeah. That's about where I am with this motor. That's all this video is about. When I get those connecting rod bearings in, I will go over, I'll go ahead and finish assemble this. And, oh, one other thing I got to get is a carburetor. I have a carburetor. I got this Rochester carburetor. That's in pretty rough shape. I think I paid 10 or 20 bucks for it. Where is it? Right over here. Yeah, this is in pretty rough shape. But all I care is that it idles and runs up to 2,000 RPM. Because that's about where I'm going to break it in. So basically, only the primaries need to work. But I'm going to take this apart, give it a good cleaning. I can't tell you the last time I took apart and cleaned a Rochester carburetor. It's been that long. Yeah. So hopefully this will clean up good enough and idle enough that it works. If not, I'll have to source another carburetor. But yeah, everything's looking really good for this motor, a lot better than I thought. And I guess that's about it for this video. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.